You're on.
Picking up that helicopter knife?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Sounds beautiful.
Man, the other day on the 4th, it would have just been boom! Wave.
That would have been fun to have.
Yeah.
Especially in the background.
Except I would have been distracted and be like, what are you saying, Mike? Huh?
Are you like the squirrel guy? Just like,
Oh,
squirrel.
dude, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I can tell you have ADHD for sure.
Dude.
Like, I thought I've had it, and then I met you, and I was like, oh,
man,
dude,
it's
I don't
getting
have it
so
like
much
this guy.
worse, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I'm getting worse.
How does that happen?
Well, let me
because
just
you
tell
have
you-
more freedom, so you have
I don't
less to focus on?
man. No.
Is that how it
Maybe it's like more of a singular focus, and there's when it's the little things. That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good at some big things, but I cannot keep track of little things. Like even this morning, I walked out, grabbed my buddy's keys, and went to my scooter to turn it on. I was like,
Yeah.
wait, these are not my keys. Last night I went to bed, then I was like, wait, my surfboard's out front.
Yeah.
We're keeping the jacket. I don't know what is happening right now. Like,
How am I going to
Man,
make it to the rest of my years?
my brain's
like
falling
this?
apart. Like, I even wrote an article once. Like, I swear I'm not high, just because people always think I'm high because they look at me.
Yeah.
Like, I got surfer's eyes, so this one's red all the
yeah.
time, and then they just see me and like my demeanor and everything, and I'm like,
I'm not a stoner.
not
but
high. I'm not a stoner. I don't understand weed. Like, I don't like it.
When I watched you on that cooking show, the
You
baked
watched
one,
that? Yeah.
I was like, dude, this guy's stoned for sure.
Yeah, I was trying to play that up a little bit, but
You got to play the role, right? That's why they hired me.
fired up with the coffee and the fire breath.
Yeah, dude, that's how to do it. There's like a holding your breath contest I'm trying to win on Friday.
What?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
There
I've
is
recently been
a-
getting into the breath work and learning about that stuff, man.
Oh, I love it.
Freaking blows my mind. Holy crap. So what are you at?
I can do without any air
Uh-huh.
a little bit over 2 minutes.
Okay, and is that just, you're sitting here, not doing any breath, and then you're just like, oh, I'm gonna go 2 minutes? Or is that like after?
No, I'll train.
Like
I'll
the,
go ahead and do 30 inhales
Yeah.
of deep breathing,
Yeah.
and then I'll exhale and I'll do like a minute 15, and then I'll do the whole cycle again, 30 intakes, exhale. So it's like no breath.
So
exhale.
Mr. Wim Hof, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, I do it.
Yes.
I got you beat.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I
What?
got you beat,
What?
dog. I
Where
did
you
3
at?
minutes before.
No, you have
Yeah,
recently.
I have, but that was weird. No, not recently. I fell off. But yeah, when I was in Puerto Escondido,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm scared. I'm so scared of this wave.
It's scary.
And
dude.
maybe whatever I could do. And then I learned like a bunch of surfers were doing it. And I finally started consuming what he has to say. That sounds crazy.
Dude, he's pretty amazing.
You ever get
lightheadedness?
You ever get like paralyzed?
There's been one time where like my foot was kind of cramping up and my
That's all?
hand was like a little locking up a little
Yeah.
bit, but that's about it.
Have you ever?
But I've gone places though. I feel like
Yeah.
I've kind of had small amounts of outer body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so have you heard of holotropic breathing?
Holotropic. I
Yeah.
have not.
It's just pretty much the same thing. This one dude coined the term. He was also into a lot of drugs, but he's like a really well-known psychiatrist or whatever.
Oh, interesting.
I forget his last name right now. Something Grov. Okay. But anyways, yeah, holotropic breathing. I got to tell you about my experience since you've never heard of that.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
absolutely.
so I moved to Venice,
Uh-huh.
and like one of the first days, I just walked into this breathwork class.
Okay. At the community sharing home.
Yeah,
right?
and I was at I was
yeah.
at a co-living home, and there's 8 people in one room. We were living in shoeboxes. It was freaking rad. I loved
I've
it.
been there,
It's such
seen
a
it.
great move. Like if you're gonna move somewhere new, go find a community, and you automatically get friends. But anyways, so I walk in this breathwork class, no expectations. Then he just tells you to start breathing, just belly, chest out, so many times in a row, just repetition.
Right. So is it a double intake? You fill up the belly and then you fill up the chest? Yeah.
Just like that.
Okay,
and
I've
you just
done
go
that.
over and over and over again. Then sometimes he'd say stop, and then like breathe out, hold. Other times breathe in, hold. Anyways, music going on. There's like maybe 15 people in the class.
And are you laying down or are you upright?
We're all laying down.
Got it.
Real safe environment, you know. And he's warning us like, yeah, this might happen. I'm like, what do you mean? It's my breath, bro.
Yeah, dude. I'm in control of this body right here.
Yeah, and it is hard.
Yeah, it
you
is.
know, like if you've been doing the Wim Hof, it's
Yeah.
hard. You gotta like get past it once you get into it.
Yeah.
Just like he would say, the first 10 minutes of a hike kind of suck, but then once you get into it,
It's a flow.
It's a flow, and same with the breath. But anyways, he walked us in, and we had a straight journey, and it worked for me. So what he told us was, imagine you're like in a grassy field, and you go and see your younger self. What is he doing?
Oh, cool. So he took you through a little guided journey.
Yeah, and I totally saw my younger self. What was he doing? He was playing.
Yeah.
He was playing. I used to, well, still, like whenever balls around, like I'm playing. Like I love to play with balls, right?
Absolutely.
But just always like a childlike state of play.
Right.
And that's beautiful. We lose that when we get old.
Yeah, the goal is to not lose that and to keep that as long as you can.
Yeah, and it's that real sense of presence that these kids have playing on the beach, and it's really easy to.
And then it's just like also just use your adultness to have a sense of responsibility over what you're doing, but you still play.
Exactly, gotta play.
Yeah,
man. If you're not playing, you're doing life wrong, in my opinion.
Exactly.
But anyways, that was profound. And then he took us to see our older self, and my older self, I didn't see the kids.
Okay.
But I just felt like I had this family, and it was such a profound feeling of not caring about myself at all. And
so you were more larger perspective on over everybody else around you?
No, my family. Like I had kids.
Got it.
I didn't see the wife or anything like that.
Yeah, but you felt it.
Oh yeah, it's just this profound sense that I don't matter, my kids matter, and this might sound a little woo-woo, but before this, I've never done anything woo-woo. Yeah, what? I didn't buy into anything. I just walk into this, and it fired me up because like you can get into this kind of a state just through your breath.
Oh,
and, like, because I've grown up kind of buying into the propaganda about drugs being bad and not healthy or just gonna fry your brain. But anyways,
absolutely.
I was uncontrolled to cry. Happy tears. It was so cool, man.
And this
so
is
I'd
like
encourage
a 15,
everybody to try
20
it.
minute
maybe
session?
a little bit more, maybe 25, 30. It was a
I'll
lot
have to
of
go
work.
ahead and go longer.
It's a lot of work. There's a lot of
today.
breathwork classes up in LA. I also met a lady who's doing an app. Nothing this profound happened the second or third time. It was maybe because I had expectations. Maybe the expectations killed it.
It's always important to go into something without any expectations.
Maybe, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe. Is that the secret?
Because you kept the open mind, so now it's open mind. Anything can kind of infiltrate and happen in there.
And because man, I wonder if I did research on it before, I would have just been thinking too much, and who knows. But yeah, apparently it's used a lot for PTSD too, and like.
Well, I know Russell Brand talks about it as well. It's like, the breath is life, and I get high off my own supply. I think
freaking Wim, it's so true.
Yeah, for sure.
I did it. I did Wim Hof. I just swallowed my hair, by the way. Yeah, I did Wim Hof on a fast. I was like 48 hours.
Right on, dude.
And
the one that you just did in Mexico?
I forget. No. It was. I did another one at home with my mom.
Cool.
For 3 days, and on the second day I went in for some Wim, and you really get like.
You get tingly and lightheaded.
Oh yeah, it's weird, and you can leave for a second.
That's where I've tried. That's where I've transported.
Yeah.
When I was on the fasting state on the second day, I did the Wim Hof breathing, and then I did some other stuff, and I felt like I just surrendered my whole body and lost all control, and just it was a complete surrender. And when I surrendered everything, I just felt like this light kind of just shoot from the bottom of my spine up through my skull, and then I was just twitching in the eyes. And I was
even just like maybe a year or two ago, I'd have been like, oh, this guy's full of shit. But like,
right, I know, but me too. Like a year or two ago, like I wasn't this person who was into this. I was more into the drug scene or finding the alternative consciousness through substance. Now I'm trying to find this alternative consciousness without anything. Because the power of the body is so incredible, and I want to discover the max potential of what I can do on my own.
And it's cool because you always have your breath, obviously, but
yeah, right.
I also want to find that state of connectedness without anything. You know what I mean? Like, because the breath work's nice. Sometimes after it, I'm able to just sit there and really kind of
just
meditate.
Be in that presence.
Yeah,
I think that's what the breath work allows you to do, is be in a state of presence.
But that would be cool if you could just get there with absolutely nothing.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I try to do when I go out camping and I do these like trips and stuff. Like it takes usually about 2 days of me doing nothing, me being away from my responsibilities and having nothing to do. Then I start to slow down and feel like I can just be and be completely present. It doesn't matter what I do in this moment. That's finally clicking.
It's like you can't try to be present either.
No.
it either is or it's not.
Exactly, and I don't know why it takes so long to get into a present state.
Every self-help book that you read is all preaching the same gospel.
Yeah.
Be present. Even the Bible, be present, be present, be present, be present. Power of Now, be present. Everything I read, man.
I think that was my biggest lesson since Christmas, Thanksgiving time till about January, which I'm so happy I learned to be present, be still, because I'm a very impatient person. So being patient, being still is very difficult for me. But I'm happy I solidified that lesson for myself, because now more than ever, I feel like society has to be still and a little bit more secluded, more than used to. Like, I'm sure there's still people hanging out and stuff, but yeah, I definitely have a lot more alone time than I used to.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I was just talking to my friends about this too. Like, I'm kind of going waves. Like, I've kind of been a lone wolf for a little bit.
Even before this year?
Yeah, actually, more so before. Lately, maybe the last month, or 2 months, I've kind of been back and linked up with some friends. Actually, maybe just last month, but and yeah, it's weird when you have, I love community and being with friends, but I've never valued my alone time before. Like,
Yeah. I feel like when you have a self-love with yourself, now you get this outside perspective on yourself, or you just love hanging out with who you are and love your ideas and love your thoughts. It takes you on a journey. It's okay to be alone.
Alone time, is like learn time too.
I think so.
I feel like, you learn all the time, but yeah, when you're alone, you maybe think.
And then you
hopefully
have
it's
full
positive.
control over your own flow of life.
Yeah, true.
So it's like, okay, this is what I'm going to do today. There's nobody else dictating. I don't have to hang out with anybody. I can just go ahead and do that.
That's why I travel solo too, man.
I was about to say, like, your journey is so abstract, and it's constantly I feel like you've never had a 5-year plan, but even if you did, you've never hit that 5-year mark.
No, like,
right?
Yeah, it's always changing.
Always, constantly.
So 24 years of my life, I was given a curriculum. I'm 26, almost 27 now. But like, in school, people give you something to do. Right. And I was a baseball player in college. That's something to do.
It's a training protocol.
It was a beautiful bubble to be in. Like, somebody else writing your curriculum, telling you what to study. It's a great bubble, but then once you're out of that, it's like, wait a minute. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna want to study, what I want to do.
Right, because you still want to progress after school.
Exactly.
After these things, right.
But that power to just pursue what you want, I don't know. That's why going back, it's like, man, I don't think I would have gone to school if I could do it again. And then like, I kind of preach like, I don't know, don't go to school. Like, it's just a lot of money. There's the internet, bro. Like,
I've learned so much more outside of school than I have in school.
I mean, but
curriculum is a joke.
It's kind of worthless to go do the thought experiment of go backtrack and.
I hate doing the what-ifs. I hate doing the what-ifs.
Because you just.
But I think I would do more with my hands.
See.
Learn more tools, as in like carpentry or electrician or any of those trades that will help you through scarce times. Because these will always help you out.
That's another thing. Like, we got to be so adaptive in 2020. Like,
exactly.
Little technology just came out. What am I gonna do now?
Yeah.
It's beautiful though. There's so many more outlets as new jobs stop. Other stuff pops up,
I think so.
We always got to entertain each other.
Yeah.
So there's always this content
Dialogue,
making, that kind of stuff. TikTok, holy crap.
I haven't even dove into that world, honestly. I think it would just consume me.
Oh man, it's weird. Like, the whole creation versus consumption thing.
Yeah.
Because for a couple of years there, I was just input, and I don't know if there is a proper ratio. Probably not, but just putting your stuff out there too. Like, you got to do both, or you got to.
I mean, for Instagram at least, I try to. I mean, I'll post outside of Instagram on an app, so that I don't even have to go into it. Because I'll have an idea or intention why I'm opening the app. Like, okay, I want to message this person. Okay, I want to find this spot or whatever I'm doing. And then as soon as I get on there, I forget exactly what I'm doing, and I'm scrolling for 30 minutes. I'm like, why did I get on here in the first place?
I have the same problem. Like, I'll go to message you or something like that, and then like this person's photo will pop up, and it's like, oh shoot, I should probably like that. But then it like disappears. I don't know. It's so stupid, man.
It takes me on a journey.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, I'm working on the consumption ratio, but at least it's consciousness now, and I'm not just
think about that. That's also
consuming.
huge. Because I mean, it's nice to consume sometimes. It's the reason the entertainment's out there, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I follow these people for a reason.
Yeah, but just being conscious about it, that's huge. And not judging. We were talking before about your own creation.
Yeah, I don't try not to have any judgment over it. I'm just, because when I'm creating, I purposely get myself into a present state, into a zone, and I put everything I can into my creations. Like a while ago, I just started doing everything to extreme, to the best of my ability, with full passion. So I just do that with every creation that I make. So when I'm out of it, when the creation's over and I'm done creating, now this is, I let go. I surrender and I let go, and it's like, if God wants us to speak to somebody, if God wants us, whatever direction it takes after that, it's fine with me. I don't really care. You know, I'm just here to plant the seeds and be a farmer.
I just like that, dude.
Yeah.
Have you figured out a way to hack your flow? Like hack it?
Yeah.
Because you just said you kind of. What do you do?
So.
Do you have a routine?
Well, for example, right before we started this, I set intention and I get into a present state. Breath work gets me into a present state. Prayer gets me into a present state, and also sets my intention with what I'm doing. And then now I can be fully encompassed into the creation itself.
Okay, cool.
That's how I do it. It's presence and intention.
Okay.
I think that's my secret. Because I try not to have too much time beforehand, the process. You know, but I do like to get into the zone before.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm all about flow, you know.
It's the most important.
But then I kind of realized, like, man, am I just chasing fun? Am I just chasing adrenaline, chasing danger a little bit? But
I don't know if that's a bad thing, though.
It's not a bad thing, but
yeah, because adrenaline brings in the development.
Well, that's actually part of Wim Hof. Is there's some adrenaline that gets released. I remember him talking about it. Now I'm not going to go into the science, so anyways. But yeah, it does. It does, and then it does stuff to your chemicals and your whole, like the flow state. All it is brain chemicals going on. Right. Your serotonin, your dopamine, your all this stuff. There's 5 main ones I can't remember now. But.
So you've talked about this in your surfing blog, right? There's 4 different categories of surfing. There's the comfortable surfing.
Oh yeah.
There's the what?
I forget what I said.
Go for it. There's the adrenaline, and there's the hell no. Fuck that.
Yeah. There's
you know.
That's the other day right over there. Oh no. Very fun to watch. Maybe one day. Is that my goal? Do I have to set a goal?
Wow, it happens right there, doesn't it?
That's the freaking Wedge right there. That's the mecca of all short break. Short break has my heart right now.
How big was it this weekend on Sunday? Right, that was a big day, or Saturday?
So we're probably, I don't know the perspective, but it was bigger than like this. It was literally 25 feet. Wow. Now surfers are so stupid with how they measure waves. They're so stupid because you look at the picture, you see what, a 5'10", 6-foot guy standing up tall, then you look up, how many times more could that be? Right. Yeah, it's like 20 foot, but we'll call it 8.
Yeah, dude, I never trust
it's
surf
stupid.
Report.
Yeah.
If it's ever like 8 feet, I'm like, I'm not going.
Huge.
I'm not going.
Especially 8-foot Hawaiian, dude, that's as tall as that freaking palm tree right there. Like,
dude, I'm not going out.
But no, that was an all-time day. I was with a buddy who's lived in Corona Del Mar, and he said there's one set that just broke all the way across the bay, and he's never seen it break that wide before. It was like, and Jamie O'Brien, like one of the, super good surfer.
Absolutely,
yeah. You know who that is? Yeah, he was out there, and he said it was like I was gonna watch it. He said it was like the second biggest day he's ever surfed besides Hurricane Marie, which
that is insane. You got a little barrel there, right? On that day, I think.
I saw it live.
Yeah.
What? I was FaceTiming my buddy, like, dude, look at this. And we ended up surfing here, but.
What? That's crazy.
But I'm bummed I didn't get it on my phone, but.
That's nuts. So you have those 3 stages. There's comfortability, there's you're pushing it a little bit, and then there's the adrenaline. So I think the adrenaline is where you grow, right? Because you're pushing past your comfort zone and your experience. Can you be in a flow though in that adrenaline state, or you're so hyper aware, or you have to be?
It's that hyper presence. You have to be in the flow because if you miss,
if you think too much.
Yeah, if you that thinking, that little hesitation, boom, sand dead.
Right.
Not dead,
because it's full commitment.
Yeah, you got it, 100% or not, and that's that's where we grow. That's like something that Jordan Peterson says that really speaks to me is like meaning is found on the border of chaos and order.
That's awesome. I love that.
So on one side's chaos. I don't know what's going on. I've never been able to do this.
Yeah.
But on the other side is like just stagnation. and not growing, because you
You're
always
just at that cusp of it.
at the cusp. Always got to be there, you know. You always got to
constantly.
Yes,
constantly.
and that's what makes for a good day, is when you go figure out whether or not you can do something instead of just thinking about it and wondering whether or not you could do it. Going and touching it and doing it
absolutely
is where you're gonna learn and figure it all out. And it's so much fear, though.
Dude, it's terrifying.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Any kind of idea that I get, you know, it's terrifying, because I just start thinking about all the judgment that will happen on other people, or I picture this idea to be so grand, and I'm like, do I even have the capabilities of producing that?
Yeah.
But if the idea happens and you have it, that's yours to have, and for some reason it came to you, I feel like we have to go ahead and answer that.
Yeah.
And do it.
I feel like it's our duty as well.
Absolutely.
I mean,
we possess the power to go ahead and make it happen, for sure.
Yeah.
Even if we're not ready in that moment of that idea, we possess the power to make it happen.
Yeah.
Or else
and we get so scared, like you think about finances, if you haven't quite mastered finances yet, like that stuff all gets in the way. But
I feel like that kind of just comes when it needs to.
So easy to say that, right? Does it actually? I don't know. You got to go out there and try.
I mean, you've been like all over the place.
Yeah.
And you're traveling and stuff. How are you making it work for yourself? Do you have just multiple streams of resource, or are you just
a little bit
frugal?
A little bit of both.
How you live?
So the way to freedom is living below your means.
Yeah.
So even if you do start making more money, living below your means, you're gonna,
having a minimalistic lifestyle.
To an extent, yeah. I don't like. I kind of go back and forth with that. I used to be so cheap, and I think to a flaw.
Yeah.
Because there is an essence of treat yourself.
You got a Starbucks coffee instead of making one at home.
Yeah. Small, But, yeah. So I'm kind of experimenting with that. Yeah. This last year, I didn't really say no to fun. Like, oh, you want to go snowboarding? Yeah. Didn't even think about the money, because it's kind of been like, oh, it'll, I read one book. Oh, the money will manifest.
Right.
So it's a little bit of taking yourself seriously versus being cheap. So you got to figure out what works for you there.
Right.
But yeah, if you want to, and stuff I used to not think about too much is like clothes and your look. That's also really important. And I look like a hobo a lot of the time. And like we were talking before, I look like I'm stoned a lot of the times.
Yeah.
And people see that, I don't know, it's kind of like low vibes, But if you're kind of dressed up, it might be high vibes, you might link up with something, I don't know.
No, I agree.
It's all stuff I'm experimenting with right now.
I mean, we've always learned, don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
But we're humans and we see with our eyes.
We have to. It's survival.
It's survival. Exactly. Like whoever says that never hung out in Chicago past 10 o'clock. You have to constantly be hyper aware of what you're looking at. I hate that though, because it does bring a certain prejudice, and I've gotten in trouble with it before.
Yeah.
I remember the thought that just came to mind. I was in Zion, Utah.
Oh, it's just there.
Oh yeah, right?
I drove by it.
It's beautiful, dude.
Oh my God,
I love
dude.
that place.
Yeah, sick.
And we're looking at this beautiful just monument of natural landscape.
Yeah.
And then this like biker gang comes by, and there's all a bunch of older white guys with big beards and white vests.
Yeah.
And I'm here just colored and Mexican, and in my eyes, Sons of Anarchy doesn't like the Mexicans, So I'm just constantly hyper aware of these people and being like, dude, I want to get out of here, like I don't feel comfortable, and that's just coming from myself.
Yeah.
But then I had that thought, why am I thinking this about this person? Let me just test it.
Yeah.
So we're looking at the view and we're kind of next to each other, and I just openly open the dialogue. This spot is awesome, right? Don't you think so? And then that just started the conversation. We just started talking about God. We started talking about nature and beauty, and just connected on so much of a deeper level.
That's
and
rad.
I really appreciate that I had that opportunity to go ahead and talk to him.
Yeah.
And take the prejudice away. I think I read in one of your blog posts as well, now it's coming to me. You were in Mexico. You just found this donkey and you got some
mangoes, baby.
Yeah.
I've been trying to kind of flirt with this topic too. It's such a dangerous topic, especially now. But Yeah, man. Like it's nature. You see that? It's a survival instinct.
Right.
It's like what comes through in the face, and and I was actually writing another one that kind of had to deal with this, but I never got around to finishing it, or just I didn't know exactly.
It's just too touchy.
Yeah, but I'll try to explain it a little bit. Like so I was in Mexico. I was in Puerto Escondido on the beach during like March when it was pretty hectic Corona. Well, it is, anyways. So I would put it in my head that the locals didn't want me there, and that I wasn't welcome, even though I'd already been in Mexico for a couple months prior. It's hot. Hopefully Corona is like that, but I would put it in their head that they didn't want me there. And then I was wondering, like, how much of that happens with all the other problems that are out there? It's just that posture you might take from already assuming what other people are thinking.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's got to be quite a bit there.
Yeah, I don't know how to find that balance quite yet.
Yeah, and we only have it'd be such a superpower to go into other people's heads, man.
Wouldn't it? I remember people would ask me, what's your superpower? Mind reading?
Yeah.
Or flying?
I think it'd be mind reading. That's just such a hack.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you only have what's going on in here.
Yeah.
And
we're so egotistical as humans, so we constantly think everybody's thinking about us.
Oh yeah. No, they're thinking about themselves. Who cares about it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like we are. That's something important I realized. I think travel opened that up. Is the world is not just me here.
Yeah.
Nobody cares what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Nobody knows who I am. I'm such a small little dust speck in this whole Earth thing. And then you look at the universe. I remember I used to just stare up at the space and see the Milky Way.
Yeah.
And just like, dude, I'm nothing. Like my problems, there's nothing. There's no problem.
Yeah, it's freeing though to remember how small you are.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I go like, what's the purpose of life? And then instead of going too complex, sometimes what works for me is just like, nothing.
Yeah. It's as simple as that, dude. I just simplify it as love.
Yeah, love.
I think that's where it boils down to.
Yeah.
It's like
it makes existing fun.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Because then it's like the conversation that we have, it comes out of love.
Mm-hmm.
The way we want to produce our content, we just want to produce love and show our love for what we do.
Mm-hmm.
And everything we do is kind of like a devotion to God, and it's our love to God.
Mm-hmm.
Without the aspect of wanting to receive or expectation to receive, I should say. We just produce solely out of love, and whatever happens after that is out of our control.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think more people need to love. Or it sucks because they haven't been loved as they grew up.
Yeah.
So now they don't really know what that is or how to love somebody else.
Yeah, I come from such a great family.
That's awesome.
It's so hard for me to know. And I was actually just having this conversation too with a friend. Like, I come from a perfect family.
Nice.
So loved. Food on the table, everything. And also, I've never really had to deal with depression yet either.
Nice.
And I have no idea what to say or think. Because like
people go through it.
I used to be like, figure it out, right?
Yeah, I struggled with that too.
Yeah. Yeah, so that superpower, mind reading, that's for sure, man.
To get into
I think that's what I would pick. Screw being able to hold your breath underwater and surf whatever wave, or I want to know what you're thinking. I want to see life through your eyes so I can be more understanding of.
I feel like I've done a lot of putting myself in other people's shoes.
Yeah.
To kind of look at myself or look at the situation through their own eyes.
Yeah.
And I've definitely done some deep meditation where I've learned a lot about myself because now I'm taking this outside perspective.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you don't go through the personal experience, though, it's hard to empathize with people. And I did struggle with that myself too, because I don't know. I feel like my mind is so positive and forward thinking. Like sure, like devastating things happen to me too, and I haven't had the best upbringing, but it's always like move on, keep going, grow from this situation, and get up and dust yourself off is always the motto. Like don't cry over spilled milk.
Yeah.
And I would never dwell in this dark hole that my mind could create. Maybe.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe we can fall into that depression.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've fallen in a little bit just recently. Like, when I did come back from Mexico, I was kind of Rona broke.
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely. You kind of just touch on it.
Yeah, I had to move back with the folks, and I mean it's great, but at the same time I wasn't working, I wasn't producing too much, and it's like, what am I doing? It is weird when you run out of money, and it's like, you play a narrative to yourself, like I'm worthless.
I feel it, because I mean we want to be providers. Like we're often taught what is a man. The person who brings home the bacon, and it's hard when you're not bringing anything to the table. Like I've struggled with that during this whole entire time, because my main source of income coming towards me was events and experiences. And now they're like, cut that out.
Oh, I just started Postmates like 3 days ago, dude.
Nice. I've done so many little side hustle gigs and stuff. Oh, that's how I met you.
True, the French grind.
I saw a post, literally,
Tim,
dude.
Right? That's funny.
It was Tim. This is why I always have faith that we will always be provided for. I remember this because I looked into my bank account, and right before I hit you up, I had $3.87 in my bank account to my name.
Hell yeah, baby.
And then I remember, like, okay, I was doing my finances. I always do that. And I was like, okay, I got $350 worth of bills coming in. I don't know how this is. I don't know how this is gonna happen.
It's not gonna work.
But then I was like, okay, well, God purposely put me on this mission. He wants me to do this path. Like, I feel like I've been spoken to. So I will be taken care of if I go ahead and pursue what I need to pursue. And I just surrendered it. I let it go, continued on. And then as soon as I made that surrender within my heart, I literally got a text message from Tim, maybe like 2 minutes later. Hey, if you're looking for work, my friend Paul, he's got this fridge grind thing, like you should hit him up. And I was like, what?
It's funny how that works.
Yeah, it is funny.
That worked for me similarly a few times, but one I really remember was, I was gonna run out of money for rent, and I was gonna have to ask the folks when I was playing ball in college. And the next thing you know, like, I got some like little $2,000 scholarship for baseball.
Whoa.
It's like, wait, coach, why didn't you even tell me about this? This is my account. Oh, I was like, I didn't tell you? Well, thanks, guy. And there was rent. I didn't have to ask mom and dad.
Oh my gosh, man. Because when you're on your path, you will be provided for. There's so many promises in the Bible that says so.
That's another thing, like taking responsibilities on and having the money, like it's kind of always worked out. Like you find a way if you need to. But if there's like nothing to need, if there's no like responsibilities, then maybe you won't find a way because there's nothing that's driving you. And
I feel like the struggle period is where I develop the most, is where I have to be extremely creative in order to find another way to bring resources into myself or to survive out of the situation. My mind is completely focused on surviving or thriving, however you want to put it. And the idea always comes, which is why we're here today.
It's nice out.
Dude. The sun came out when I was driving over. It was a little muggy, but it's feeling great. I'm definitely jumping in the water after this. Do you go in the water every day? Almost?
When there's waves, man, I will be there. It's like, it's great. It's a curse. Surfing's a curse. Remember that. Don't surf. Get out of the water.
Tell more people that, dude. So it's not so busy.
It's a freaking curse, like you gotta structure your whole life around surfing. So stupid, because if I miss a day, I'm dead inside.
Oh, if the conditions are awesome and firing and you didn't take the opportunity to go.
I actually missed probably the best day. I missed the best day of the year the other day. And it was the day where I was like, it was a super sick day, and actually ended up, I'm pretty glad we were out there. I was out on those Kelso dunes and having some fun out there. It was ridiculous. But at the same time, I'm just looking at my camera like my phone with the waves.
The farthest place in the world from the waves right now.
Killed me inside, but there's always.
But then you go present. It's like, you know what? I'm at the dunes. It's okay. It's okay. That little skate spot, that canal thing you found, that was pretty.
I've been trying to throw together an edit for that, but I keep getting it taken down because it's like copyright stuff.
Oh, for music?
Is there a secret to that? I don't know.
Yeah. Just look up free non-copyright music on YouTube. Or play under a minute.
Okay. Oh, play under a minute?
I've gotten away with putting up, or also if I find a favorite song, I'll put the cover of the song, saying a live version from somebody else.
Yeah.
Usually the algorithm doesn't figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to. Anyway, still won't figure it out.
Yeah, creating content, dude. It's an ever-evolving process.
I've actually started to not fall in love. I hate editing.
Yeah.
But it fires me up. So
is it because the outcome?
No, but I hate it so much that I love it.
How do you do that? Because I've been thinking about
because
the process.
it pisses me off, but I think it's good that it pisses me off because it actually fires me up. So like I've been learning little things.
Oh yeah.
I've been getting into it.
So it's not so much of a struggle and a bunch of friction there.
Oh, there's friction, but the fact that there is friction means that I care.
Right.
So
because you're getting through it.
Yeah.
Right.
If I didn't care about it, then why do it?
Exactly.
But it's becoming like another one of like my arts, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, how do you come up with your content? Does it just come to you?
Oh, it just absolutely comes up in the spring of the moment. I don't know. Who knows?
And then you just do it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, yeah, I have a couple ideas for the next couple things I want to post. So it's just, I try not to judge it because all this stuff that comes out of me is like really goofy. Like, what am I doing that, right? But I don't know.
It just makes you laugh though. It's funny, dude.
It comes out goofy.
It's a different perspective on such a serious.
Yeah, and then a lot of times before I get into it, I forget if I've already touched this, I start judging it and then I almost get scared to make it. Yeah. But then I'm so much more happy when I actually make it. Like the other day, actually, I'm kind of bummed because we got some sick drone footage of like teaching a surf lesson.
Oh, right on.
And I kind of just barely asked my friend, hey, can you film like the first part? And now I'm bummed I don't have all that to edit.
Oh,
so I just have the cool drone surfing footage. That's like it. So
yeah.
I wanted like the whole experience because it would have been awesome. But
that's how I go into my trips. Is I like to think about how I want to capture it, have a rough idea of the experience. Just because if I can freeze those moments, if I can freeze that happiness into like a little capsule, this video edit, then it's a memory for the people who are on the trip. Yeah. But then it's also an experience that people can come on without actually going to it by viewing it. And you want to bring them and entice them into joining for the next one.
Yeah. That is just fun.
It is fun, dude, because you have because sure you have the real story in the real life, but the edit is kind of your own skew and twist on everything.
I used to judge it, and I still think there's a lot of power to traveling with no phones, no electronics, and just going out and being.
Yeah, that was a hard thing to get used to.
Yeah, and I hate how, if you go somewhere and people are just, you're taking your stories, your selfies, and it's just all about that. So you gotta just bring it back, like get to the why of why you're taking the selfies. Is it to make people jealous, or is it for fun, or like what does it do for you or for other people? But I've learned that it's actually kind of fun to. I don't judge it as much. Take pictures and try to make art out of it, or story, or video. Like that.
Once I started skewing my perspective, like, this is art, this is my creation, then it was okay. Yeah. But in the beginning, I was like, man, I hate bringing my phone out. Yeah. Because I was such a present person. I've always been a present person. So me to pull out an electronic device and try to capture this, I always felt like I was taken away from the whole moment.
Cameras fire me up.
Like now it's okay. Action. Go ahead and bring.
Those bring me.
Bring the character out.
Whatever. I'm accepted that I kind of like attention, and I'm trying to make the most out of that. Find a career that way too. Because I don't know, it just makes me alive.
Yeah, it brings out your more extreme self, your best self. You want to be on camera.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. I mean, I've flirted with it a lot, and I got little roles here and there, and then so right now, like, another thing I want to pursue is acting, and taking some classes, done some little student work. I had a role all booked up before Rona, but I'm sure another one will come pretty soon.
Dude, my friend's doing acting too, and he got his first big gig, and it was in January. They flew him out to China.
So dumb.
Yeah, dude, it was a 6-month project.
6 months? That's like a dream, dude, for me.
It was, and then February, March hit, and he's like, I gotta go back.
That sucks.
Nobody wanted to hang out with him for a while.
That'd be such an ideal life for me, like, go do some huge shoot for some while and then just disappear. Go learn a new skill, go learn a new culture.
Oh, absolutely.
Come back.
That is the dream.
Or not another person, but just expanded.
What kinds of things do they teach you about in acting? Because it's a lot about learning yourself, knowing yourself. Because acting, would you say, if you're portraying a character, you have to find a little bit of yourself in that character to make it real?
So. Well, yeah, because the camera, that thing picks up everything.
Everything, right?
Days,
so if you're hesitating,
big old reds or whatever. I don't know anything about cameras, but yeah, it's got to be. Yeah. And the studio I went with, just like all the books I've been reading, only preach presence. Because I'm reacting off your facial cues.
Right.
I'm reacting off everything that you're saying, the tone of your voice. And if you're not present, it's not going to make sense. Like if the words come out and they don't make sense with the fluctuation and it just
exactly,
like,
it just dies right there.
Yeah, like so I'm still kind of a noob, and who knows what's going to come out, but
would you say you have a good idea of who you are? Do you ask those questions about yourself? Are you learning about yourself?
Oh yeah.
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 I feel like it's amazing.
They always have us do these exercises where you like stare into each other and like either copy words or just like to see what comes out. And it's kind of crazy. It gets heavy sometimes in those acting classes. Like it's like becomes therapy all of a sudden.
Oh
People break down. And pretty cool. And it scares me enough that I want to go try it. Like nothing else. I don't know what else to do.
Oh, it's terrifying.
I mean,
to be in front of the camera, and
I'll deliver some food in the process, but with the goal of hopefully getting in front of some cameras.
That's the side hustle, dude. Everyone who's an entrepreneur, everyone who's going after what they want, you have side hustles before you make it.
Right? Or you just make it.
Or you just make it. I don't know how that.
Create business, man. It's the way to freedom, but
I'm trying to have those streams.
Yeah. Because if you're employed, you're just a slave, right?
Oh, I don't want that. There's two people I've been following recently. One of them is Raw of the Earth, and he's pretty interesting. He does like this Kriya breath work, and he just put up a video.
Never heard of that.
Some breathwork stuff, but he put up this video about him talking about him creating this Kriya online course that people can take, and he basically puts a full meditation out for you to follow for the week, and he charges $11.11, and he gives you 4 videos a month, right, every Sunday. He said within 6 months he made his first $1,000 off that.
Oh boy.
And that was like years ago, so who knows what he's doing now.
Yeah.
But that's his other line of stream of income that allows him to live, because he lives this free life. He was just in Mount Shasta for 4 months, just hanging out at this Airbnb. Then he was in San Francisco, and now he's in LA. And then this other girl I follow, actually I just met and we hang out quite often. She has this like business front, like this structure, this event place that hasn't been doing anything, obviously. And I was wondering, because I went to her house and she lives in this like top of the hotel skyrise, and I'm like, how the heck does she afford this, dude? And I found her Patreon account. She does like this whole other thing unrelated to that, this comic book thing, where she's bringing in $2,000 a month.
Good for her, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's like that's something I would love to go ahead and do, is create these courses or create and people go ahead and pay for it every month or something.
Yeah. It's a way out of the man.
Yeah.
And it's cool because you'll be creating, and hopefully it's not work.
It doesn't feel like work.
It's just fun.
Because you want to do it.
You want to do it. And just humans. I don't think humans are supposed to work. I got a master's degree in organizational psychology, and that's the study of work. Yeah. It's the study of how to make work not suck.
Yeah, it's all about people, right? Is that what you learned?
Yeah, all about the people. I mean, you don't have to go to school for it. Just put people first. People are the business, and that's all you need to learn from that. But anyways. Yeah, work, man. That's pretty much that. Taking all that really scared me out of looking for your job that you think you're gonna get, or
it's weird, dude. Like I don't think it's natural for humans to do this 40-hour work week and have this really strict schedule of how it's supposed to happen. Because, like you said, you have to get in the flow state. You're not always in this flow state at 9 in the morning. So if you're in the office, totally distracted, you're not getting anything done. Yeah. And that was me, dude. Like I was in the office right after college. Like I thought, you're on this conveyor belt and you think that's what you're supposed to do. They gave me an opportunity and I was like, I made it in the world. Yes. And
big boy job.
Dude, I would sit at the computer for hours and not produce a single work of productivity. you know.
Yeah, creativity is bursty. Like it'll come in
it's
spurts.
bursty.
Boom, and when you got one, hopefully you have the time to go fulfill it, you know?
Right, like some days, like, I don't know, for you, some days I can be productive for 2 hours, 4 hours. Other days I can be productive for a total like 12 or 16 hours and just go for it.
Yeah.
But that's how it happens.
Yeah. It's hard to put like a schedule on that, or
it's so hard.
It's hard to plan it. I don't plan anything.
Do you not have any
actually,
kind of structure around your week?
No, see, this is actually something I've been trying to figure out for me.
Yeah.
And just because a lot of people preach routine. A lot of people, and I've actually never really had a routine. Obviously, I know exercise is going to be in my day, which changes a lot what form it takes. And but routines, do you have any routines right now?
I have a morning routine. That's the only routine that I have in my life, because I'm a sporadic person as well. Monday through Friday is completely different every day. But my morning routine, I do not give up for anybody or anything.
Wow, that's
so
powerful.
I will, if I have something early in the morning, like 7 o'clock or so, I'll wake up at like 5 o'clock just to make sure I do it.
Wow.
But it starts off with 3 things I'm grateful for.
Okay.
And that instantly puts me into a state of happiness and gratitude.
Amazing?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I feel amazing. And now it just clicks on. As soon as I open my eyes and I'm present, like here's my day, my mind right away goes to gratitude and what I'm grateful for.
Instead of, I'm tired.
Yeah,
Where's my coffee?
Exactly. And then what gets me out of bed is the breathwork routines that I do and stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
And then from there, that gets me into like a really nice state in my body and I feel great. So then I have this prayer that I tell myself every day, which kind of sets my intentions of what I'm doing, puts me in connection with God for the start of the day, so that when I go throughout my day and I hit a random struggle, a sporadic struggle, it's like, well, here's my intention with it, here's how I can overcome it, and then a reminder I'm not alone in today. I also have somebody else helping me out, which helps. And then from there, I read a chapter of the Proverbs, because there's 31 Proverbs.
Dude. Yeah, I used to do it all the time.
It's wisdom.
Yeah, it's just straight. I freaking love them.
Yeah, same here, dude. I'll read them over and over and over again.
The old Proverbs, man.
I'll read that whole chapter, and it'll be like a small line that speaks to me for the day.
One nugget. There's a nugget.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to start. I would do that too.
Also on Sundays. Sundays, I reflect on my week. So I think about my whole week. I like to celebrate and think about all the positive things that happened and what I was able to do. So I don't forget, dude, because I have a forgetful memory. Because I used to hate it, because people would come up to me and be, oh, you remember that one time we did this and that, and it was the best time ever?
No, I don't.
And I would smile and be like, oh yeah, but in my mind I'm like, what are they talking about?
Dude, I feel you
there was
so much.
so much of that.
It's so bad. People do that to me all the time, almost every day.
And do you play it off, or are you straight up with it?
No, I say no.
Did it get a little hurt?
Yeah, maybe.
Because it was such a big memory for them?
Yeah, like sometimes it's a big memory, and it's like, no, I don't remember.
Yeah, I have no idea. That happens to me quite often, but it happens less now. It happens less now that I stopped drinking. It happens less now that I started reflecting on my week and would remember it one more time, at least.
Cool.
And then those like the top things, lessons. Like, is there anything that really popped in my head? And sometimes it'll be the same lesson I learned the week before. So I like to think about that. And then what do I want to do for next week? At least 7 things.
Okay.
And then
that gets you productive.
Yeah, it gets me productive. Like, now I have an idea. If I have nothing to do for the day, then I'd be like, oh, well, I can do this, and that.
Go back and remember that.
Especially when you have like content to make or scheduling and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to be productive with my time.
I've made a list for today.
Yeah? Is it okay?
Yeah,
have you been ticking it off?
Because, it is nice to tick it off. I've tried to do lists before, and I kind of get off of it sometimes, but we're going to I got some responsibilities to catch up on.
Yeah.
Annoying stuff, but
some more errands and stuff.
Yeah. Like today, after this, you know what I'm going to go do? Smog my car.
Oh,
then pay a fat registration fee. Don't fall behind on that stuff, guys.
I just did that last week.
So stupid. Like, these little things.
But yeah, basically this, I don't know, every time I looked at your life, or one of the bigger reasons I wanted to talk to you is you just really have this major flow to your life, and that's really what I love. Like, you have this idea and you have this intuition about yourself, and I feel like you just go after it and chase it however it needs to happen, and you have this it always works out mentality.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's not always, and I mean, I really appreciate what you say, because that makes me feel good, but it's not always that idealized. There's so much behind the scenes that's stunted, or these barriers, and I know that to be true, because I like to live a life kind of similar. Yeah. It never goes as planned in your head, dude. No, no, not at all. That's why I don't plan.
Yeah.
Because it's like almost as worthless for your brain. I mean, maybe having goals is good, but the plan, who knows what other opportunities you can miss out on. But that's only the way my brain works too.
Do people hate you for that? Because people hate me for that. Scheduling?
No, okay, so don't plan, because a flake is worse. That's
what I always say.
Don't flake.
Yeah, my sister's baby shower was like last week, and I was like, I'll see if I can go. Yeah. That was always my mindset, and they would always get pissed off. Why don't you just confirm?
No, I'm not going to confirm.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen.
I won't confirm.
Yeah.
You tell me the night before. Okay. But like 2 weeks in advance, no shot.
Oh, yeah.
And the RSVP, it's like a 4-letter word for me. That's
Bro,
for
I
sure.
always get so nervous when people ask me, let's do a dinner. Let's do a dinner. I'm like, a dinner? That's taking like a 4-hour chunk of a whole day where I have to be home making food or eating with somebody, when I can easily move that around.
Yeah. Well,
I hate picking a date for it.
I like going with what's going to bring me the most luck. So, I mean, or it was going to bring me the most luck, or obviously I'm going to enjoy it. And if the surf's good, then you're not getting my morning. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, so.
Which is why we're 10 o'clock today.
Yeah. I don't like planning, because I don't like lying, and I don't like flaking. So if I don't want to do it, then I'm not going to say I want to do it.
Right.
And I'm sorry. It just is what it is. But also, you'll be respected for that.
Yeah.
And you'll be taken seriously if you're not lying.
No, absolutely.
Because honesty, I think, compounds, and lying also compounds in the wrong direction. So, yeah, you have your word. Don't blow that.
Yeah, it's your integrity right there.
It's your integrity. It's everything. Yeah, and it might take a little longer to be rewarded, but I think it'll reward in the long run. Just like there's no such thing as a get-rich scheme, man. Those fade, but the honesty is the foundation for, I think, lifelong success in your relationships. And relationships are everything. Networking, that's a buzzword that I hate. Community, same thing, but just your relationships are what's going to open doors and keep them open. Yeah. It's the doorstop and the ramming board, or whatever that thing's called. What is it? Anyways, it opens doors. Yeah. Relationships do.
Oh, they do.
And you never know where they're going to take you.
No.
Oh, yeah, like.
No. Meeting you doing fridging, I didn't think I was going to be here talking to you on a cliff.
Yeah.
The random morning on a Wednesday.
Yeah, I never thought I'd be fridging at one point, but then I never thought I'd be like, international model, or like trying to act. Like, what the heck is that? Like, I had no intention on doing that.
Right.
But and then there's other people like my twin sister. I'm kind of jealous of her, because she's always had this love for animals and just knew she wanted to be with animals all day, and now she's working at the best zoo in the world in San Diego. Nice. So, not everybody's going to have my mindset, and, it's just different per person, just like I think diet's different per person.
Oh, absolutely.
This is the way that I've been living life, and it might look like it works. Sometimes I feel like it really doesn't work. I got to figure something out, but anyway,
it's a constant tweak.
Yeah.
But that's everybody's, because not only because you're in the flow in your own self, but then the world is also in a flow outside of you. So you have to be able to tweak with what's happening, Corona and everything happening. And that has to make you adjust. But yeah, I've never really had that. I was going to be an animal doctor or anything either. It was kind of just, I want to be a guide in some way, whether that's nature or whether that's a spiritual, whether I just want to go ahead and help people live a better life, basically what it boils down to. Yeah. And that's the most versatile.
One of my favorite quotes is, "Success is helping other people succeed." Yeah. And that's funny, because just how, you always, it's kind of opposite. It's like survival of the fittest, right? Yeah. Service.
Service is it.
Yeah.
I pray for that
Servant
every day.
leadership. Service.
Yeah, I pray for that every day.
But service is like selfish, dude. It comes back and it gets you back. Like, you serve, good things are gonna come back to you.
Well, like, it could be selfish, and that's what I've been thinking about recently. That concept is the service, because there's a lot of people who preach, oh, if you do this, if you sow your seeds, you're gonna go ahead and reap this gigantic harvest, you know?
Don't think about the harvest.
Don't think about the harvest. You're only in the moment thinking about the service.
And that feels good. When I'm serving someone, I'm present.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Exactly.
And I forget that all the time. I'm saying this, and it's gonna be on the internet, but that's something I kind of forget a lot.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking about how could this person help me?
Oh,
instead
yeah.
of, like, how could you
Unfortunately,
serve them?
yeah.
But they'll help you if you serve them. So all these loops, like.
Yeah. I know. Sometimes I'm just like, well, how do I get more people? And that's how I would start, is how do I get this thing? How do I get more people onto my trips? If I go to other people's trips.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
probably the way, huh?
And it did, dude. Every time I go to someone else's trip, I'll get at least 2 people to come on mine.
Weird.
And it's like lifelong.
Real weird.
Yeah. It's funny how it works.
Yeah.
But awesome conversation, dude.
Yeah.
Great spot.
Yeah.
Oh man, a couple days ago, if only it was, no, if it was breaking, you wouldn't even be on this conversation at the
no
Wedge.
chance, especially since it's like cleaning up right now. If there was any waves, I'd be.
Bye.
Squirrel.
Oh, my name's Paul. Nice to meet you. I like flow. Bye.
Adios.
By the way, it's Paul Keating.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we never did that.
Yeah, what's your Instagram? How do people go ahead and
just
contact?
type in Paul Keating. I got on Instagram late. There's way too many underscores. You'll see some guy with hair.
Yeah.
If you want to see more of my shenanigans,
yeah.
Who knows what those will be?
It's always evolving.
Yeah.
Awesome, bro.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me too.
Yeah, that was fun, dude. Your 5th podcast, my 5th podcast.
Yeah.
Your friends. That worked out.